Alrighty, what is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Wrestling Otaku back here on the Wrestling Otaku channel, your personification of excellence on YouTube and YWC. And we're the best reviews wrestling. And I'm back here. It is Wednesday night, Wednesday, October 23rd of 2024. Just got through watching Dynamite. Really good show. Good finish, crazy finish, and lots of stuff I'm looking forward to going into next week. But here at this video, I'm going to do something I haven't done in a long time. I'm going to do a little, shall we say, response to this individual that you're seeing on the screen here right now. I got it set up here on my laptop. I'm going to do a little response to JD from NY206 because it has been brought to my attention that JD actually had some rather, didn't have very pleasant things to say about me here. And I caught wind of it, and, and it's the craziest thing. It's like literally days after I did a short video basically calling him out. I did, of course, the video. You guys should have seen it by now because it's like well over 300 views. The video I made calling him out with him and the whole Tony Khan situation. They're back and forth on X, on social media. And I called him out for a number of things. And I've, made posts on this channel. I've made, comments. I've quote tweeted him, replied to several of his posts on X in the last few days. And he basically not necessarily responds, but he brings me up here in a portion of one of his videos, and I'm going to respond to it here. And by the way, shout out to my man Natural Born Thriller for basically informing me of this, because this actually happened on his, as you can see, this is his Raw review from Monday. He's doing this usual Raw review, and there's a portion of this video where he basically mentions me, he brings me up. And again, I would not have even known about this had my man Thriller not basically made me, brought my attention to it. So I'm going to respond to what he said. So this is basically his review, and it just, for anybody who's not aware, I don't really watch this guy's reviews anymore, not hardly ever anymore, just ever since he's portrayed this, pro WWE, ever since he's become this big pro WWE cultist, this pro WWE druid. I haven't really taken to watching his stuff because, like, you listen to, if you watch his stuff, if you watch his reviews and stuff, especially when he talks about AEW, it's obvious what he's doing. It's obvious what the agenda is. So I just don't really watch his stuff. So I was not even aware that this was brought up, and it took somebody actually messaging me for me to find out. So this was his Raw review, and as you can see, I've clicked forward to the 1 hour 51 minute mark, and this is where it happens. So basically, he does these reviews. This is what JD, for anybody who's not familiar, he does these reviews of these wrestling shows, and then near the end of the review, after he does it, he takes questions, comments, what have you. He answers questions via super chat. People will super chat him, donate, him money, and he'll answer their questions or whatever have you, or read their comments, and that's pretty much what this portion of the video is. And at one point here, at the timestamp that I got it paused on, somebody brings my name up. He doesn't bring my full-on name up, but he mentions me. He says, my name, the thing I go by, Otaku, and obviously JD knows who he's referring to. And he had some things to say, so I'm going to respond to what he said here. And it's just hilarious how it takes somebody super chatting me for this guy to freaking respond or, basically bring me up or mention me. So let's listen to what he had to say. Let's just hear what he has to say. Let's not waste any time here.
WC legend with a $9.99. The Marks really thought they did something trying to call you out, especially the fat Otaku. Oh, yeah.
The fat Otaku, really now. That was the comment. That was the super chat that somebody sent him, and that's basically what he's going to be replying to here. Some guy named I forget what the hell the name is. Something Legend. I don't know. It really doesn't matter who it is. But yeah, fat Otaku. Wow. Like, who else do you know that people call, who else do you know that goes by the name Otaku, and that people want to make, say, oh, fat, blah blah blah? It's obviously referring to me, and JD knows this. And just listen to how he replies to it.
Oh, you mean the guy that lives outside fucking In-N-Out Burger?
Oh wow, such a great line. Oh, so witty. Oh, so witty. He lives outside of an In-N-Out burger. Oh yeah. Let's use fat jokes. Oh yeah, so witty, so great, JD. First off, there isn't even. I've never even been to that restaurant. First of all, there are no In-N-Out burgers here in the state that I'm in. At least not to my immediate knowledge. I'm pretty sure they're not. So that joke pretty much falls on deaf ears. You should have picked a more well-known national chain, maybe like Burger King or McDonald's or something like that. Either way, it's still a petty ass joke, but he's not done there.
He begs for the scraps every night over at In-N-Out Burger.
Yeah, just like you do.
You're the goat, and they all cry because they can't accept how real you are. Bro, Otaku is.
I'm guessing that's it for the comment. And then, as you can see, he basically continues on this tangent. And it was mentioned when the person, the guy who I shouted out, Natural Born Thriller, he basically mentioned, said as a message, like, he brought, the only reason he brought me up was because of the super chat. And he could have just left it alone, or he could have just said, oh, blah, 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 or, oh, I don't want to talk about him, or blah, blah, blah. Or he could have just blew it off and moved on. But then he proceeds to continue to talk his trash, as you'll hear in a second.
Guy that panders and begs for any relevancy.
Oh yeah.
For a fucking weight loss regimen.
Oh wow, so creative. Oh, so creative. Wow. Oh yay, more fat jokes. Yay. And I beg for any kind of relevancy. Yeah, sure thing, my man. Sure thing, I beg for relevancy, just like you beg AEW wrestlers to be a part of All In, to be a part of an All In after party, which is what apparently Dax Harwood and some other people on X were saying. So what's all that about, JD? You were begging at All In, at Wembley Stadium when you were over there. You were begging to be part of a party or an after party or some shit or a block, whatever it was, and they basically told you, we'd rather not, or no thanks. We don't need you. So what's all that about? You want to answer that? You want to talk about begging? Sounds to me like you were doing some begging over there in Wembley. Oh yeah, that's great. That's great. Yeah. I'm pretty sure I don't need to beg for relevancy. Like, people bring me up even if I don't ask to. And I was part of a Vice TV documentary. A very small clip, a portion of one of my videos was part of a Vice TV documentary. But yeah, I beg for relevancy. Okay.
Guy fears for his life, like Tony Khan feared for his life against CM Punk. He fears for his life when he fucking hears the word treadmill.
Boy, more fat jokes. So, Geek got nothing better to do. Oh, he fears a treadmill. Yada yada yada. Like, he obviously knows who this is. He obviously knows who that commenter is referring to. He's obviously talking about me. Like, there's nobody else in the community who goes by the name Otaku who is known for being overweight, obese, whatever. And so, instead of just, being a quote-unquote professional that he's supposed to be, he just wants to sit here and throw his little, 6th grade insults, fat joke here, fat joke there. Oh, he fears the treadmill. Yeah, just like you fear, actual confrontation. Just like you fear, me calling you out, just like you fear Tony Khan and Dax Harwood calling you out. It's funny because you really instigated that whole thing. And, which, by the way, you still really haven't answered any of the statements, any of the things that I basically addressed you on in that video. Because I know you've seen it. I know he had to have seen it. He wouldn't be saying the stuff in this video here if he wasn't following me or keeping tabs on me in some way. I'm sure he's seen that video. I'm sure he's seen the things that I've been posting about him. I'm sure he keeps tabs on me, or somebody in his Mongoloid fan base basically showed it to him. It's like it's like he knows what I'm about. Like, he knows who I am. It's like, it's obvious. Like, he basically confirms here that he's seen the things that I had to say. It's like, why else would he be going on this tangent if he didn't hear what I have to say or see my videos or whatever on him or see my call out on him? Like, why else would he be saying this? And what I find funny is you have time to make these little, grade school jokes about, people being fat and this, that, and the third, but you don't have time. You can't respond to any of the things that I called you out about. Like, for example, you claiming that, oh, your opinion is subjective, but yet everybody else is stupid for disagreeing with you. Like, they can't have a subjective opinion, but you can? Like, why don't you answer to that? Why don't you answer to any of the criticisms? Like, why is it when Tony Khan and Dax Harwood and whoever call you out for, the shit that you were doing, Why is it that you resort to, oh well, oh they're violating their own they're violating their own social media policies against harassment and bullying. Oh wow. So big tough JD is on here, and he was I think it was at this portion of the video, he was basically talking about that. He was talking about how he was tweeting TK Tony Khan and Dax Harwood, and then he was basically saying, oh why doesn't Tony Khan enforce his own rules about harassment and bullying? So you basically went from basically talking all this shit about how bad AEW is, how bad the creative is, how Dax Harwood is this and Tony Khan is that, and fans are stupid for liking the show. And then when you get called out, it's basically, oh, they're bullying me. They're bullying me. Wow. Such a man, JD. Such a man. Oh my God, this dude is serious. Like, holy shit. Like, it's literally the shining example of dishing it out but not being able to take it, man. That's literally what it is. Like, you're literally reverting to playing the victim card when you get called out. Like, that is quite sad. Just saying. That's quite sad. Let's listen to the rest of it, because there's a little bit more.
Snowman Khan with the 279 goons don't realize they brought eyes to your channel.
Sure thing.
Yeah, and then most of them will figure out that I'm not a bad guy and that I do this better than anybody else in the space.
And yet you can't respond to any of the criticisms that I've made. Yet you can't respond to any of the claims that I made about you. You claim that you're the best in the space, yet you can't answer. You can't reply. You don't have a witty counter or retort to anything that I've said in any of the videos I made on you. Okay, you can't reply to me on social media. I've like I said, I've quote tweeted you. I've replied to several of your posts. I know you know who I am. I know you keep tabs on me. Surely, and clearly you've seen my videos. This response here proves it. But you don't have any sort of counter or retort, and you're supposed to be the best in the space. Yet it seems like you fear like I said before, you fear confrontation. Like, legitimately. Like, where's the response? Like, where's the retort? Where's the clever? Where's the comeback? All you got is fat jokes. Oh, he lives outside of an In-N-Out burger. Oh, he fears a treadmill. That's the best you got? Like, seriously? And, you claim, oh, I'm not a bad guy, blah, blah, blah. Well, you surely, I think people would disagree. Let's just put it that way. I think people would disagree. And there's one other thing that was said here. This just really kind of drives home just how these people, specifically JD's fan base and JD himself, are kind of clueless in certain aspects. There's one more thing I want to kind of cover here.
Nobody looks like us.
Sure thing. Sure thing, my guy.
That dude lives in San Francisco? That says more than I need to know.
Somebody in his chat literally thinks that I live in San Francisco. I assume they're referring to me, because it was literally that comment, and I saw it in the live chat. You can't see it from here because I got in on the full screen. But there was literally a comment in the chat from somebody named Psycho Dad or whatever, basically saying that dude lives in San Francisco. He must have been referring to me. And if he is, it's like, are you fucking kidding me? I don't live in San Francisco. I don't even live on the fucking West Coast. I live in Maryland, you idiot. Oh my fucking God, these people are... Jesus Christ, these people are incredibly misinformed. My God, these people are incredibly misinformed. Jesus. Oh man, that speaks volumes right there. That says it all. That takes the cake. So there you go. There's JD's witty, big comeback, big response to the things that I had to say about him in my call-out video. Just fat joke here, fat joke there. Oh, he's a geek who doesn't have anything to do with his life or nothing better to do with his life. That's funny coming from you, my man. That's funny coming from a guy who literally sits around for most of the day quote tweeting and retweeting posts from individuals who sit online 24/7 just to dog on a wrestling promotion. That's literally what they do. You got accounts like WWF Counselor and Junkie and AEW Neckbeards and all these fucking accounts who literally their entire existence on social media is dedicated to shit talking a wrestling promotion. This is their life. This is literally what they do. Like, you look up and down their timeline, literally nothing but literally nothing but posts shit talking AEW. Literally just they exist for the sole reason of shit posting about AEW. And this is who you follow. This is who you quote tweet. But yet, I have nothing better to do with my life. Okay, buddy, sure thing. But this was his counter. This was his retort, his response, and all I gotta say is not much of a reply. It's really not much of a reply. And honestly, like, if it wasn't for that whoever that was who super chatted him here, who basically brought my name up, he probably would have even mentioned it. Because again, this dude fears confrontation. He knows who I am, and he's surely seen my videos. He's surely seen the callouts I made. He surely listened to the points I made about him. He had to have seen the posts that I made, the replies that I made to him on social media, but he has no reply, no counter whatsoever. This is his counter. He's fat, treadmill, In-N-Out Burger, da-da-da, geek no life. Yeah, nice, real mature there. Real mature, Mr. Face of the IWC. Real mature. So, as far as I'm concerned, you have no counter. You have no answer to anything I've said. So, as far as I'm concerned, that's a win in my book. So, it looks like I officially claim the title of the best in the IWC because nobody can dispute me. And that's a fact. Okay? And you can spin it any way you want. Mr. I get more, Mr. I'm the face of the IWC, I'm the voice of the IWC, oh, wow, most live viewers, da-da-da. Yet, little old wrestling otaku basically punked you out. Simple as that. That's all I got to say for this. This phone's battery's about to die, so I'm going to close it out here. Thank you for watching. Wrestling Otaku, I'm out. See you guys later. Peace.